Hey, what's up guys? Ben Clark here for Adapt to Perform, and welcome to today's video where we are going to be doing some wheelchair yoga. Now, I've had a lot more requests recently to do some more wheelchair yoga because you guys have absolutely loved the stuff I've done so far. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out some of the other videos on the channel that I've done in the past. I've made a playlist and I'll link that at the end, so make sure you check out some more of those. But yeah, today's we are going to be doing it in my kitchen, and you don't have to do it in the kitchen, but we're doing it because we're going to be using a surface about sort of chest height. It can be a little bit higher, a little bit lower, it doesn't really matter. But we're going to be utilising this to be able to get some stretches in that we wouldn't normally be able to get done inside the wheelchair, but because of it, it means that we can do it in the wheelchair. So you don't have to transfer onto a mat or have some assistance, so it's a really great workout. So you ready? We'll roll the tiles and I'll join you after that. Okay, so let's get started with what we normally always start with, which is getting our breathing right. It's a really great way to start a yoga workout because it means that we're setting ourselves up to be nice, relaxed, and ready to be able to do the yoga session. Okay, so we're just going to sit here. Just going to get nice and relaxed, let yourself drop into the chair a bit more, palms facing upwards, and we're going to take some deep breaths in, 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out. And out. And in. And out. And as you breathe out, we need to try and relax the shoulders down. Feel the weight sort of pushing your body down. Really relax into this. Breathing in. And out. Doesn't matter if it's in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just use any hole, that's fine. Or one of these two breathing holes. Now we're going to move the breathing into slightly deeper. We're going to hold it at the top there, so breathing in 4 seconds, holding it for about 4 seconds, and breathing out for 4 seconds. Ready, off we go. Hold in. At the bottom, hold the breath out. And back in. And the reason why we want to do it slowly and to do that, keep going. But the reason we want to go slowly is because we want to sort of engage our nervous system and help it relax, basically. The slower we breathe, the more it gets out of our fight or flight situation, and we can calm, we can relax, and we can actually grow and get some better workout from this yoga. So we're going to do that a couple more times with the breathing. So it's all about relaxing that nervous system. Good. Let's work our way down and get into our shoulders now, okay? So I'm just going to start doing that breathing. We're just going to start rotating it backwards. Just start breathing your own time. Doesn't matter when you do it, just sort of when it feels natural to do. Just rotate those shoulders backwards. I'll go to the side so you can see what I'm doing as well. Just round, down, and when you go down, try and pull it down. Feel the stretch along here and here. Feel it there. And personally, I like to breathe in all the way up. Out on the way down, just feels a bit more natural towards the motion. And keep going with this. I'm going to do that about 4 more times. Oh. Good job. Bit of a yawn there, that's always a good sign for me. Give yourself a shake out there. Really feel that relax. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do the same breathing in We're going to raise our hands above our head, and then when we breathe out, we're going to drop right the way down, fully relax at the bottom. So, you ready? Breathe in, and breathe out. And back up. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and again, breathing in, and breathing out. Good, and again, do it 2 more times, breathing in, and breathing out. Good. Work. Give yourself a nice little shake off again. It's always good to shake it off. Feel like you're shaking off all the bad stuff, all the bad energy, and replace it with good energy. Okay, so what we're going to do now is actually move on to using the side here. So, to be able to do this, first one, we're just going to have one hand on our side, and we're just going to lean, we're going to push ourselves backwards in the chair, and we're just going to lean down into it. So you'll need your brakes off for this, because if you've got your brakes on, you won't be able to push yourself backwards. So just go down, and just feel that stretch. If I do this side first, then I can demonstrate a bit more. You should start to feel the stretch down here through your lats, maybe a little bit in your chest as well. So I'll just put yourself in that position. Good. And then what we're just going to do here is to breathe into this. So feel your body sink a bit lower. Deepen that stretch. And with the stretching here, we don't want to go to the point where it starts to hurt. We want to go to the point where it feels stretched. Good. And we come back up. And we'll do the other side. So holding on, pushing ourselves backwards, and then just going down into here. You'll notice that naturally, as you breathe, you relax into this a bit more. So this is similar to a child's pose in regular yoga, having that stretch out of the front, except for we're not kneeling down on the mat, so it makes it a little bit easier for us in the wheelchair. Good work. Now we're going to put both hands on this time and do both at the same time. So we're just going to relax down into that. And from there, what we're going to do, you might have to overcome sort of your front wheels a little bit. So maybe come forwards a little bit more. We're just going to rotate the shoulders in this position. And it's always good, because this position here, we were doing it with our arms down. This, we're doing it with the arms up. It's always good to move our arms into different positions to do the same exercise, because our bodies aren't just one-dimensional, they're not two-dimensional, they're three-dimensional, and that's what we need to work in. We need to work in 3 different planes of motion. Just rotating through, it's good. We could always, if you wanted to take it further, you could do out to the side even. Rotating it around there, just to have that ball joint, because it's a ball and it's in lots of different places, and make sure we're getting a good range of motion. So work in there a bit, spend a good time. So I'm going to rotate to one side, do these, and then rotate towards you guys a bit more, and then rotate here, just to make sure we're getting the full range of motion in that. Okay, staying here then, what we're going to do, have one hand on. So this one's going to be a little bit difficult to demonstrate because it's facing right at you. So we're going to have it here, and we're going to reach through underneath, there, and then we're going to reach back, and then we're going to rotate to the side. Just get as far as you can, don't worry about how far you can get, the distance you get, and then we're going to go back again. So we're going to thread the needle here, reach and twist into the side, then back again. We're actually going to slow that down quite a bit there. Nice controlled movement. Try and engage that core muscles if you've got it. And just relaxing through. Even hold it here for a bit if you want to. The great thing is you can do all of these at your own pace. And yes, that's my building's fire alarm test. Good timing, hey? Hopefully it won't go off again. Okay, good job. We're going to switch over to the other side now. And you'll see it from this side, the different things we're doing. So breathing in. And breathing out as you rotate. Come around to the side as much as you can. You'll notice the more you do this, not necessarily on this day, but the more you do this exercise, the more you'll be able to rotate, and that means we're getting progress, which is absolutely fantastic. Getting much more rotation through our spine, which is perfect. I think I'm just going to slow that down a little bit more there. Going a little bit too quick. But again, it's all to do with your pace. Don't worry about what speed I'm doing or how many of these I'm doing. It's all about what works for you, and that's all that matters. Okay, so the next one is less of a yoga position, but more of a stretch. So we're going to have our arm up on here. So nice squeeze, bend in the elbow, it doesn't really matter too much. And we're just going to lean forwards into it. And this, you might need to slide the arm forwards. And this is going to stretch out our chest. And because we're pushing our wheelchairs all day, what happens is that the chest muscles, it brings it across here, and this happens to get tight. So the more we do it, the tighter it gets. So it's good to stretch out these muscles. And a yoga routine is a great place to insert a stretch. So let's do that. And what we're going to do, we're going to look away from it, look to the opposite wall, and really stretch it out. Breathing into it like we've done on all the other exercises. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. And moving back. We're going to go back into that again. It's nice just to come out of it and then get back into it. Maybe move the arm position a little bit this time. Feel it in a different area. Really stretch into it. Good work. Again with these stretches, we don't want to feel pain in the stretches, we want to feel a stretch. So just something to bear in mind as we are going through this. I'm going to turn around now. You should still be able to hear me, but you won't be able to see my face, which I know, what a shame, right? So we're just going to lean down into this again. Oh, I can feel this one a lot more. Obviously my left arm's been working a bit harder. So you should feel this sort of in your armpit area, going into your chest, and that's all the area we want to get. You'll also find that you might get a bit of a front deltoid stretch here, which is the front of your shoulder area, because they work together, both that area and your chest, so it's good to stretch it out. Maybe here, give that shoulder a bit of a wiggle again. Find different areas where it stretches. Find the areas that need the most work. And just hold it there, breathing into it. Good. Relax out of it. And we're going to go back into it again. But fantastic work so far. I'm just going to go into it again. Good. Give that a wiggle out. Don't worry, your video didn't pause there. That was just me really getting into the zone, which is exactly what we want to be feeling good. Okay, so we're going to finish off here with the yoga, and we're going to do a little bit of a side twist, okay? If you do struggle with this, maybe do some one of the other exercises again, maybe just do some breathing, because I know some of you have some fusion in your spine, especially in these areas that are going to be twisted out, and it might be painful, or it might cause problems. So just do what you can. Alright, so we go breathe in and rotate to the side. This first one I'll show you what it's like to the side. So let's put my one hand in between my legs here, one on the side, and just twisting to the side. Not too vigorous, just to get it moving. That's all we want. Come back to the front, reset. Good work. So I like to just do a breath at the front here. Just helps me reset, helps everything relax. And it means you're a lot more pliable. A lot less chance for spasms there, which is not a good thing when we're doing the stretches. We don't want those spasms to come in. Oh, sorry. Yawning again. Whew. Normally when I yawn, it's a good sign for me. It means I've actually got quite a bit of energy. I used to actually yawn before I used to do my swimming competitions when I used to be a professional swimmer, so I always knew it was a good sign because I was going to have a good race. Alright, moving on to the other side. Other hand in between the legs this time, hand on the wheel. Relaxing around the front. So I like to take a deep breath in here, and then I like to rotate round, do another deep breath, and then come back round to do another one again. So it's just breathing all the time, just relaxing. Just go what feels natural with you though, guys. Don't feel like there's a prescribed method here. It's always what works for you. Good, we're just gonna give that a shake off. Always love a good shake off. Feels like you've worked out some bad energy when you've been doing the stretches, and this just flicks it out of your system, which is always good. Always for a lot more perkier and a lot better for it. Okay guys, so that is the yoga part of this session done. However, it's not quite finished yet because I want to do some meditation with you guys. The reason why I wanted to do meditation is because I feel like it's really important to do, just to listen to your body and to check in. It's not meditation like trying to find yourself. This is called a body scan. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go start from the top of our head, and we're going to work our way down right the way to our feet. And the idea of this is just to check in, just to listen to your body, see how it's feeling, and see what you need to work on in the future. So with this, you can have your eyes open, eyes closed. I like to have my palms open and my eyes closed, just so helps me listen in a bit better. Okay, so just going to start off with breathing, just a nice, normal, natural breathing position. Don't worry about counting, just as long as you're relaxed and the breathing isn't the focus of what you're doing. Okay, so breathing in and out, and just really feel yourself sink into your chair. With each breath, sinking a little bit more, trying to relax as much as possible. Okay, so with this body scan, keep the breathing going. Just going to start at the crown of our head, seeing how it feels. Obviously this isn't too sensitive an area, so not much feeling going on up here. So we're going to move down into our forehead, seeing how that's moving, how that's working for us. Maybe we've been laughing a lot, so it's been a bit tight, and just helping it relax with the gravity, allowing it to pull it down. Try and breathe through it, and each breath help that muscles relax. Moving down, doing the same with our eyebrows into our cheeks. Mine are feeling a little bit tight, obviously because I've been speaking a lot. They come up and they get a lot of work in there, so just helping them relax. Not too much for me though, because I gotta keep talking for you guys. Checking in with the mouth, seeing if there's any pains in the jaw there. any aches, or if it feels good. Just making a mental note of it if there is any aches and pains as you go down, because then you can work on it in the future. Moving around to the ears, making sure they're okay. And then now we're going to move down to the neck. So with this area now, this is starting to come to the muscles that we work on a day-to-day basis and that need probably a bit more work to make sure they're okay. So just checking the neck there, maybe move your head side to side, falling back just to see how the muscles are working. Make sure that everything's feeling good. And then moving down to the base of your neck, into your shoulders, into your trapeziuses, and just seeing how they are. Mine aren't too bad today. Sometimes they get quite sore, especially if I've done a lot of pushing, but today they're not too bad. I had a fairly relaxing day yesterday. And this is what you want to do. You just want to talk to your body, and if it is aching, go, hey, this might be why. What should I do to help make sure I'm not tight in the future? Maybe do some stretching, maybe do some more yoga videos, maybe watch Adapt to Perform on YouTube and follow along. That's always a good idea. And then moving into our shoulders, into the deltoids. Again, moving it around if necessary, just to see what's going on. It's just all about listening to the body. If there's an ache or a pain or a tightness or even a good feeling, make a mental note. It's always good to do. Moving into our arms. We go down our triceps first, make sure they're okay. Maybe extend your arm out, bring it back in, flex it up. And the same with the biceps, checking that's okay. And moving down into our forearms. Obviously our forearms are an area that can get quite tight with the pushing that we do day to day. So just making sure they're okay, even rubbing the opposite hand over them just to check if there's any areas that are particularly sore. I know I do, particularly on my outside, on my I can't remember if it's inside or outside edge. On one of the edges I do particularly get a bit of soreness. On my thumb edge, that's a good way to put it. And then moving down to our wrists, obviously these get a lot of work too, with the pushing of the wheelchair. Just giving those a circle round to make sure there's no tightness, and if there is, making a note of it and go, hey, I need to do some wrist work. I'm pretty sure I saw a video on Adapt to Perform on that. Maybe I should check that out. And then just checking the fingers are okay. All good. Alright, we're going to come back into our centre now. Just do a couple of breaths in case you've lost it there a bit. And we're going to start in our chest, so on the front of our torso. Just checking our chest is good and alright. If there's any tightness there, I know I do, especially on my left side. That's from the gym the other day. So just checking it's all okay. Moving down through our sternum and into our belly. Now the belly's obviously an area that there's a lot going on in there. A lot of internal stuff working. Just try and focus your mind deep inside there. See if there's any gurgling going on, any indigestion, just anything you can notice. Doesn't always have to be a bad thing to notice. You can notice good things like, oh, it's feeling alright today. That's good. Then we're going to go up to our upper back now. So we're going to transfer to the other side of our torso. In our upper back, we're just going to see how it's doing. Not too bad for me today. Maybe a little bit tight in the lats. And don't worry if you can't notice anything. This just comes in time, this meditation stuff, the body scanning. If it's your first time doing it, you might not notice things straight away. But the more we do it, the more we practice, the better we get at it, and the more we can become attuned to talking to our body and listening to it too. Moving into the lower back. That's where I got a bit of achiness today, can definitely feel that. Maybe it's to do with diet. Maybe I haven't eaten quite right recently. I definitely haven't eaten quite right recently. And then moving down into our hips, seeing how they feel, seeing how the glutes feel on the bum. And even all those passages that we've got down there, just to make sure everything's doing alright. Might have some trapped wind. If you're a wheelchair user, you probably have trapped wind. and then our upper legs, making sure those are all okay, both on the front and the back. Maybe try and give them a wiggle, see if we can get some pins and needles in that area, just to give it a check, see if there's anything that feels a little bit unusual. And then down to our kneecaps, same sort of area, feeling, just seeing what's going on. Into our lower legs, just going along the calf and along the shin, checking they're all okay. Anything that you need to think about. And then finally down into our feet. And just seeing how they're doing. Maybe they're tingling, maybe they're not, depending on your level of injury or your condition. Mine are tingling. Okay, good. So we're going to take a couple of deep breaths in here. Sort of bring your focus back to your breath. Keep your eyes closed if you've got them closed. If you've got them open, that's fine still. And the last thing we're going to do here, we're going to take a deep breath in, and on each deep breath out, I want you to send a wave of good energy to all those parts. Just a big wave of energy. You'll know what it feels like when you do it. So breathing in. There, you can almost feel it flow through your body. If you need the help of visual or actual movement, you can do it with your arms too. So you want that breath to go from those lungs right the way down, through your spine, through your hips, through your legs, through your lower legs, into your knees, and your feet, even though your knees come before your lower legs. Don't remember that. Okay, good. Start to open your eyes, come back to the reality, and whoa, it's brighter in here than I remembered. But that is good, guys. So we're just going to put our hands together and say namaste. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel nice, relaxed, and feel like you've talked to your body a bit more. It's always good to have that open communication with your body. That means you can sort of work with it a bit more. You can spot things early. I've spotted a few things, like a few colds and that recently, with my breathing. And I've also noticed some things like where I've feel a bit sore and I didn't notice it straight away. So yeah, it's always good to talk to your body and to listen to it as well, to make sure we can find out what's wrong or what's right with it as well. It's always good to focus on positives as well. But again, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed both the yoga and the meditation together, something that I haven't done in a video before, and it was really enjoyable for me. So if you did like that video, if you hit the thumbs up button, that would be absolutely fantastic. It means that more people get to see this. If you've got any questions, just send me something down below. It doesn't have to be related to this video. If you want more videos, there's so many more videos on my channel, both of yoga, of workouts, and various other bits and pieces. If you haven't already, then subscribe to the channel. And if you want to help support the channel, head over to patreon.com/adaptperform, and you can help support this channel to grow bigger and better and to make more awesome videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.